Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So, I guess boredom got the best of me, so I'm going to fix my Summit today. And I'm going to do this kind of step-by-step, little shots here, little shots there, of how to do it, what you need. So to start with, you're going to need a 2mm and 2.5mm Allen screwdrivers, or Allen keys, and you're going to have to remove all the screws out for the main plate where your main drive line is underneath, as well as your back end here is going to have to come out. And then we're going to start on the next stage and the next stage. And I'm going to show you too how to take apart the differential and rebuild it with a new pinion and ring gear. Now, something interesting I found out too about these that I didn't know, I wish I did, because I already turned out had the parts if I wanted to use used parts. We recently changed the diff out in my wife's Stampede 4x4, and it turns out that the pinion gear and ring gear are exactly the same in about 43 different Traxxas machines. So it's like, oh, cool, something new to learn. That's awesome. And of course, if I do need any bearings, I can also rip the bearings off of her old one and put them onto mine. But hopefully I won't need bearings, but if I do, I've got them. But nice to know though that all these parts are that compatible and are the exact same parts. So let's get on with doing this. So we're going to take the 2.5mm first, and we want to pull out this driveline plate. You want to try and keep your screws together too, as well. And if you haven't done this before, take pictures. I'm going to be taking some pictures too, only because I have never taken my Summit down this far apart before. I've never had to. And now I do, so it'll be a little bit of a new experience for me. If I do get lost, of course, like any of us, if you have the teardown manual for your Summit, definitely have that handy. If not, you can download one, I believe, from the Traxxas website without any problems. So anyways, I'm going to stop the video here, but you get the idea. Keep all the screws together, especially when they got different lengths. Make sure you know which ones go where. Keep them organized, and we'll get this off, and we'll come back with the next stage. Okay guys, so I've gotten the main cover off. I had to loosen off all these screws. Well, I'll take them out and loosen off the screw that holds the servo steering system in, saver and whatnot. And now I'm just putting some of these screws back in because I don't need them completely out at this point. And saves a little bit of hassle because I'm only doing the rear diff because my front diff is fine. So we'll get this going. Now, next thing we want to do is disconnect the drive shaft here. Now, you'll probably notice some gray stuff on my shaft. That's actually never sees. I decided to do an experiment one day and use this never see stuff, and yeah, it works pretty good. Prevents a lot of problems. So, get that out of the way. And we can pull that right out. Go up on the shelf. Okay, so I don't need to remove the front portion of this shaft. You can stay on the transmission. No big deal. Transmission stays in place. So the next thing we got to do is flip stuff over and start taking more stuff apart. But before I do that, I got to take some pictures. And so we'll be right back. Okay guys, so next thing we want to do is start taking apart the rear end. So I'm going to start with the suspension link bars. Get these things dropped out of the way. And that's going to be a 2mm hex you're going to need, or Allen key. I did notice something on my truck that has me a little concerned with the rear end, and that's on my T-lock. Right now I turn this side at the front, the other side goes opposite. My rear end, they're both going at the same time and locked, and my T-lock doesn't appear to be working, so I don't know if I've got broken pieces in there, if my T-lock's shattered, which could really screw this whole rebuild over for me until I get more parts. So I'm just really hoping it's just some broken teeth stuck in there that I can move and that there's nothing wrong with the T-lock. Otherwise this is going to be a real expensive repair. So that means the Summit will be sitting for a while. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So next thing I want to pull out is I want to get rid of my suspension. For that we need the 2.5 mil. There we go, yank that one out. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, so that is supposed to be a separate piece. Oh well, no big deal. At least we know which side goes where when we're done. So, keep all this stuff aside. I'm just kind of making little organized piles as I go here, so I know what stuff goes where. Alright, so sorry this is going to be a long video, but hey, if you want to know how this is done, as much as I do too, like I said, it's something new for me to do on my machine, but it's not that difficult. So I'm going to take a break for a minute and figure out where my next plan of attack is going to be, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, so next stage we are going to take off the body tower and the back bumper, and I've already got the T-lock off, at least the lever. Beauty part, it's keyed, so you can't screw up putting this thing on and off, which is kind of sweet. I took that off ahead of time. I was kind of curious, and I made a phone call too to my buddy Neil, because he's already done this, aka my puppers. Check out his channel, guys. I asked him about my T-lock issue, because yeah, he didn't have that problem, but apparently there could be some shards stuck in there, which hopefully that's all it is, because otherwise, yeah, I was going to put this project off a bit. But at least we'll see how far we get today anyways, regardless. So, let's get this body mount off and back bumper. A couple of screws for that. And again, we're using 2.5 millimeter for this one. And remember that whole screw length thing, longs and shorts, got to keep that stuff together as best you can. And there we go. You know, it's great that a lot of people bugged me to get these screwdriver hex key things, and you know, I gotta tell you, I'm really happy I did, because yeah, the other way sucks. These are so much nicer. Come on, get out of there. There we go. So, bumper screws. Alright. Gonna need a different one for that. Just gonna throw this screw. I guess I can't put it anywhere. Okay. Go there. And what's holding you on? Okay. There we go. So this one goes here. This one goes here. Long one down here. Short one up top. Guess that short one actually really doesn't matter. So we can leave that one in there. Awesome. One less thing to worry about. Okay, so there's our ugly, dirty rear end. So now we just got to pull off all the A-arms, get the axles undone, get them out of the way, and we can clean this whole mess up and see where we're sitting. So I shall return momentarily. Check out that ugly, dirty beast. Holy God, I'm surprised it didn't blow up sooner. Anyway, so the rest of this is going to be pretty straightforward. Pull the pins, pull the A-arms, pull the pins, pull the arms off, discombobulate the rest of it, split the bulkhead apart, and get that ugly, dirty diff out of there and clean everything up nice and shiny clean again. So just to try not to have the video go on for like 2 hours, I'm going to just do this stuff off camera, but you do have to undo the plate because you're going to need to separate the diff, obviously. The plate's got to come off, pins all have to come out, okay? And I've already undone the pins for the axle, for the half shafts on the inside, okay, so those pins are already out. And by the way, Never Seas is your friend. I love Never Seas. So anyways, once that's done, clean it up, and we'll take this sucker apart on camera. Now this, by the way, just so you guys know, is a floating diff. So it's not locked in by anything particularly, other than, you know, it's somewhat locked with the tab when it goes into the top of the chassis here and at the bottom. So, but it is still a floating diff. It does still have some looseness to it. even in a brand spanking new truck, and it's supposed to. Okay, so anyways, we'll get that apart, clean it up, get the diff apart, and let's hope to God we didn't break the T-lock. Otherwise, that's going to be the end of this video until we get more parts in, and it's going to cost me 35 bucks just to get a stupid T-lock for one diff from Great Hobby. So shipping's expensive for one little tiny part, like an envelope for $3. No, it's like $9 in shipping insurance. But anyways, who cares? If I need it, I'm going to have to order it. So there you go. So we shall be back. Okay, just an FYI, guys. Short pins are all on the bottom half. Long pins are on the top half. Okay, just so that you're aware. Put those aside. That's now out. That's now out. So, right side, left side. Keep it organized. Saves a lot of mucking around. Okay, so what do we gotta do to split this bugger apart here? I'm thinking nothing. Okay. Or yes. Oh, we gotta. There we go. So, line up your diffs bars to the slots and pop the diff out. Disgustingly gross. My God. Okay, so I'm gonna go wash this and wash this out too. That's disgusting. Oh, I think I'm the second owner on this truck. Anyways, so we'll get all that cleaned up and we'll be right back. Okay guys, we got the diff all cleaned up as best we can, same as bulkhead. Looks like I'm going to have to replace one bearing for sure on the side, which I should have those no problem. The other bearings are still nice and tight and good, and they still have the rubber seals. So this one doesn't, and that's a good collector for dirt, which is not cool because that's where your half shafts hook onto. So I'm going to replace that bearing. So let's get this little sucker apart. Let's see how bad the damage is. Which one do we need here? One of these. There we go. Did I mention how much I love these screwdrivers? They work awesome. Alright. Two back here. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to zoom the camera out a little bit, just because I don't want to block it too much, so you guys can see as much as possible here. Okay, there we go. That should be alright. Get that crap all out of the way. This really isn't that bad, you know, getting this apart. I mean, it's still a big job and all, but it's really not all that bad to do this. And it looks like all these screws are exactly the same, so hey, can't screw nothing up there. This is the part that scares the crap out of me right now. Just pulling this apart and finding something worse. Okay. Well, this is interesting. Oopsie. Stay in there. Well, at least that's the bad bearing. Uh-oh. Oh, I think my worst fear just came to life, guys. definitely did chunky a couple of teeth on the ring gear. That obviously is not good stuff. Oh, my T-lock is jammed inside. Well, let's see if we can get it out by taking this apart. I don't know how this happened, because I don't run with my T-lock locked up. For crawling, yeah, but never for bashing. Gasket is kind of screwed, but I think we can go back together and reuse it. Not sure. Well, now we got some movement back. Okay. Well, that's a piece of the munched gear. Okay, so it looks like the pinion might be okay. Oh yeah. Well, busted the planetary gears. Oh yeah, both sides, man. Both sides done in. Both planetary gears are shot. That sucks. Well, I'm going to check this under a magnifying glass, but it looks like the pinion might be okay. I'm going to have to clean that up, make sure there's no crap in there. I definitely blew both planetary gears. They are just shredded. Frigged if I know how that happened, Batman, but... Well, so we definitely got a ring gear problem. That we knew about. To clean the dirt out of this one too and check it, but appears okay. So what I'm gonna attempt, because I think I can get away with this given how compatible this friggin' ring gear and pinion is, I am going to actually attempt to take a set of planetary gears out of my spare diff that my wife has for her Stampede and see if they're compatible. And if they are, then Cookie! We're back in business. And yeah, it looks like this main pinion survived. I'm changing it anyways. I got the parts new, so hey, might as well change it. Get it over with. So I have to clean all this crap up. Oh joy, oh bliss! And this I know goes in here. Of course, all this crap. The rest of the T-lock looks okay. Looks like it should be fine. Yeah, that's my main. That's the main pinion. And that's the axle. Okay, so I'm stopping the video here, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put up another video with an update to let you guys know what's going on, which also keeps this one shorter. It's going to take me a while to pull that thing apart and see if it's compatible. If it's not, well, you know what? Let's do this. Let me go get that other diff. We'll haul the sucker apart, and we'll see if we got some compatible parts to put this beast back together. I want this truck running today if I can. I'll be back. Okay guys, the very bad news is I destroyed the planetary gears, of course, and there are no spares in the house to be had out of the Stampede differential, even though the Stamp uses the same rain gear and drive pinion. Well, that's all it got in common. So I'm going to have to order in some planetary gears. That'll be a few days. So I guess my truck's going to be dead for at least a couple of days anyways. No big deal. At least we know. And we know that the T-lock is in good shape still, which is surprising. And but yeah, these planetary gears got mucho toasted, man. Mucho toasted. Lots of missing teeth. Lots of missing teeth. So I'll just finish cleaning stuff up. Order the parts in. When they come in, boom, boom, slap her together, and we're all ready to rock for another round. And away you go. So that concludes the end of this video. Stay tuned. I'll be back, of course. You'll see a new video in a few days from now when the new parts arrive, and we'll slap this sucker back together and get her going. So catch you later.